Hey, welcome to a new video. How great would it be to have a swimming pool in your own house? Many people dream about it, but if you live in Africa and Australia, you will definitely find animals wanting to check out your pool. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. A woman from Queensland, Australia called the authorities after seeing an inland tapir snake in her home. She didn't panic too much because she thought it was harmless, but what she didn't know is that this snake is the most dangerous and poisonous snake on Earth. The snake crawled into her bathroom, and experts advised her to close the bathroom door immediately. When experts arrived at her house, they couldn't find the snake at first, but when they took a look in a drawer, it was curled up in there. Here's not one, not two, and not even three bears in a pool, but you see a whole family of bears having fun in a homeowner's pool. The homeowner's daughter had gotten a little sad because the bears had destroyed some things around the pool. However, the bears seemed to be having their best life and made a big pool party out of it. Still, you have to be careful with bears because they can be very dangerous.
A few years ago, a family from Michigan, a town in the United States, noticed while swimming on a beautiful summer day that there was something shiny at the bottom of the pool. When they dived to the bottom, they discovered a bullet. They knew immediately where it came from. There was a shooting range near their house, and the family told that they heard people firing their guns until late at night. By the way, this wasn't the first time they'd found bullets by the pool. Several times they found bullets at the bottom or around the pool. Despite the fact that no one was hurt, the family eventually decided to turn it into a lawsuit because they felt unsafe in their own environment together with their children. As far as I've been able to find, the family is still in an ongoing legal battle to solve the problem.
When homeowners from the Indonesian island of Bali saw this strange creature hanging from their ceiling, they thought they had ended up in another world. The creature has huge tentacles and has attached itself to the curtain. Because the video was posted on the internet, it soon became clear that this is a Cretinotogongus, a type of moth or butterfly that mainly occurs in Southeast Asia and Northern Australia. The beast's transparent tentacles are scent glands that expel pheromones, so it's not an alien being, but if you don't know about this and you encounter this insect for the first time, it'll scare you to death. Fortunately, these creepy insects only exist in certain parts of the world, because you really don't want to come across this thing in your own house. This is Lucy, a pretty popular giraffe who was part of the Wild at Heart show. At first, everything was going well, but at one point Lucy decided to fall into a pool and couldn't get out. To help her, rescuers had to break the pool because that was the only way to free the giraffe. Fortunately, Lucy is now safe and sound again. Now, bats are pretty creepy animals that we luckily don't see that often because they love to hide in caves and are usually active at night. Many bats also carry bacteria and viruses that can be harmful to humans. But did you know that bats can also become very large? These are also called flying dogs, or the pteropus, and are mainly found in tropical areas. The next photo I found is of an Australian homeowner who woke up in the morning to see a huge bat hanging from his house. And in this photo that was taken somewhere in the Philippines, we see an even bigger one. It's quite scary that such a large animal exists. Have you ever seen one? The next situation occurred in Australia and involved the Miscellanea spider, also known as the mouse spider. A woman found 20 poisonous mouse spiders at the bottom of her pool over several days. According to experts, these spiders can stay underwater for up to 24 hours. But some of them were alive when the woman called the police. It's not surprising that mouse spiders get into pools due to high temperatures, which is why the government has warned Australians to be careful and check their pools more often. Giant water bugs are insects that can get pretty big, at 4 inches or 10 centimeters long. While the common water bug doesn't really pose a threat, they have another member of the family that does. This is the giant water bug. The giant water bug is rarely found in homes, but there are instances where they are, especially when there's cold weather conditions and they seek out humid environments such as basements and laundry rooms. However, they are commonly found in freshwater ponds and swamps. You definitely don't want to run into one because they like to bite your toes. This can be incredibly painful as they carry a highly toxic saliva. Another interesting fact about this insect is that the female lays her eggs on the back of the male. The male must then make sure that the eggs hatch and that he protects them from predators.
This story's from Florida. A live shark was found in the swimming pool near Palm Beach. According to reports, two men ran out of the area after dumping a black-tipped shark just under 2 meters long into the pool. The article says that no pictures were made public because the investigation's still ongoing. A woman who saw the two men said they were between 20 and 30 years old. When they're found, they'll probably get a large fine, because sharks can't stand chlorine at all. The shark was quickly removed from the swimming pool and released into the nearby ocean, so hopefully he survived. Another story comes from Sydney, a city in Australia. One day, a woman named Jennifer Hill was swimming in the pool that belonged to the hotel. The woman was swimming for an hour without noticing that she was sharing the pool with a shark. When she got out of the pool to dry off, she was warned by tourists that a shark was swimming in the pool. Luckily, the shark wasn't hungry because she wasn't bitten. In the end, it turned out that the shark was no threat to people and was released back into the sea.
Of course, we couldn't forget bears on this list. These animals also sometimes get lost and end up in habitable areas where people live. In June of 2017, a bear was recorded on security camera who managed to enter a family's home in the American state of Colorado, and he even appears to be playing the piano. The bear walked to the kitchen and bedroom and knocked over some things. The crazy thing is that the grizzly bear was not all shocked by the piano sound. Just take a look. When the owners of the home came home, they initially thought it had been broken into, but when they looked back on the camera images, they were amazed that it was just a bear. Yet another encounter with a bear happened in June of 2017, when a woman wanted to park her car in her garage, and suddenly a huge bear came to take a look from nowhere. Eventually, the bear took off, but it's pretty scary to experience something like this, because bears can be quite dangerous. Anna Junker had just moved into her house in Canada, and while she was cleaning out her stuff, she found a spider on the floor. It was a black widow spider, the most poisonous spider species in North America. At one point, Anna didn't know what kind of spider it was, but since it was pitch black with a red dot, she guessed that it could be poisonous. This did cause her to panic, since she lived alone. She took a picture of the spider and sent it to her friends to ask what she should do. Finally, she grabbed a stack of books and threw them on the floor because she didn't want to take any chances. The black widow spider, especially the female one, is considered extremely dangerous to humans. Their venom is considered to be 15 times more dangerous than that of a rattlesnake. This video is truly heartbreaking, as a coyote jumped into a man's swimming pool and couldn't get out because too much water had probably gotten into his lungs. The coyote panicked and tried to escape when Brad Wright, a man whose pool had been invaded by the animal, tried to help the coyote. Of course, it's very important to help wild animals when they're in trouble, but you must also keep in mind that they do not know the intentions of humans and may be afraid of us. If we want to help, we should do it slowly, just like Brad, who finally saved the coyote's life after he managed to get the animal out of the pool.
This is quite a bizarre story. A couple named Mark and Zoe heard a sound coming from their backyard. When they had a look, they discovered that a cow had came into the backyard and jumped in the pool. When the owner of the house saw it, he saved the cow with the help of a rope. The cow would have gone through a hedge and torn through the cover that was placed over the pool. At first, they couldn't get the cow out, so the fire department was called and finally got the cow back on dry land. Another similar situation happened in North Carolina. A cow walked around in the swimming pool for about 2 hours before it was freed by the animal ambulance. These are certainly bizarre events and stories that both owners probably won't forget.
Lizards basically live all over the world, and there are a whole lot of different species. The largest lizard, however, is the Komodo dragon, and it can grow up to 3 meters long. In June of 2016, a giant lizard was found standing against the front door of a Thai man's house, including its tail. This lizard might have been the size of an average person, which makes it pretty creepy. As you can see in the photo, his wife and the dog are looking through the door. In Thailand, a lizard is also seen as a sign of luck. In yet another instance, a 1.5 meter long lizard has been captured on camera, taped to the wall of the house in Thurgoona, a small town in Australia. Some lizards can potentially be poisonous and quite aggressive, so you definitely don't want to encounter these in your home. A student named Kaylin Phillips was enjoying a sunny day at the beach near her vacation home on the island of Bali when she picked up a small octopus and played with it for about 20 minutes. Little did she know that what she was holding in her palms was one of the most dangerous sea creatures in the world. The blue-ringed octopus is only 1.5 to 2.3 inches, or 4 to 6 centimeters in size, but you'd be surprised about how deadly it is. It holds a poison called tetrodotoxin, and its venom is deadly enough to kill 26 people within minutes. The girl even documented how she was able to hold the octopus, and as you could guess, her video went viral on social media with over 8 million views. Many people in the comments were very concerned, but luckily, Kaylin was fine. In this next video, an unknown news story suggests that they had found a huge dinosaur in a swimming pool. As you may know, dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago. But imagine if you have a pool in your backyard and you suddenly find a dinosaur in it. That must be a pretty creepy moment. Let's just hope this video was made with CGI.
A video was uploaded to a YouTube channel called Worthy Opponent, which shows a crocodile in the pool. The family who live here in Florida were in for a big surprise when they wanted to walk their dog and suddenly saw a crocodile of almost 2 meters in size lying in the pool. The family lives along the water's edge, but despite the fence, the crocodile probably passed through somehow. She immediately called the Fish and Wildlife team, who came to get the animal carefully out of the pool, which took about 20 minutes. On another video I found, a boy and a girl are chilling in the pool, until suddenly a small croc pops up out of nowhere and jumps into the pool. Instead of helping the girl, the boy jumps out of the pool and runs away. The girl also gets away without any injuries, and finally the crocodile is taken to the nearest animal shelter. But it's certainly a bit of a scare when a crocodile suddenly dives into the pool.
A student named Kaylin Phillips was enjoying a sunny day at the beach near her vacation home on the island of Bali when she picked up a small octopus and played with it for about 20 minutes. Little did she know that what she was holding in her palms was one of the most dangerous sea creatures in the world. The blue-ringed octopus is only 1.5 to 2.3 inches, or 4 to 6 centimeters in size, but you'd be surprised about how deadly it is. It holds a poison called tetrodotoxin, and its venom is deadly enough to kill 26 people within minutes. The girl even documented how she was able to hold the octopus, and as you could guess, her video went viral on social media with over 8 million views. Many people in the comments were very concerned, but luckily, Kaylin was fine. In this next video, we see a hugely dangerous monkey ferociously invading a swimming pool. Of course, this monkey is not dangerous, but when they grow bigger, they do become enormously strong. It looks like this family has adopted the monkey, and he's a member of the family. Would you like to have a monkey as a pet? Let me know in the comments.
In this video, you see an SUV that took the wrong turn and ended up in a swimming pool. A man named John, who lives in an apartment complex in Las Flores, California, was talking on the phone when he suddenly heard a noise outside. When he took a look, he saw a female driver and a husband floating in his pool. As you can see, the fence where the car went through is broken. John put down his camera and helped the elderly couple out of their car. Luckily, there was no one in the pool, and it's unclear how exactly this could have happened. The car was lifted out of the pool by a tow truck, and luckily, everyone was okay. It must have been very bizarre for John that there was a car driving into your pool, and that he decided to film everything.
In this next video, we see a hugely dangerous monkey ferociously invading a swimming pool. Of course, this monkey is not dangerous, but when they grow bigger, they do become enormously strong. It looks like this family has adopted the monkey, and he's a member of the family. Would you like to have a monkey as a pet? Let me know in the comments. Kangaroos are marsupials mainly found in Australia and New Guinea, in grassy areas which is perfect for them to live in. However, in January of 2017, a video came out of a large kangaroo trying to enter a house.
Oh, crap.
The British woman and her 2 children live somewhere in a suburb in Australia and were shocked. In this video, she says the kangaroo had to stop, otherwise it would break the window. It appears that the kangaroo pounded on the window repeatedly to break it, but the reason why the kangaroo did so is unclear. Maybe it smelled food? Or it saw its own reflection in the window that made it attack. In another video, a kangaroo is standing in front of a homeowner's window. The creepy thing about this video is how muscular and how big the animal's claws actually are. Kangaroos can be quite dangerous, and you should probably leave them alone, because you could imagine how hard a kick from a kangaroo is. A woman living in Florida was shocked to see a huge crocodile having fun in her backyard pool. The crocodile was actually more than 6 foot 5 inches, or 2 meters long, and the woman and her husband were too scared to go near it. When people called the police, a trained expert caught the huge reptile. Next to spiders and scorpions, a centipede is the next thing we're likely to scream for when we see it in a house. This is the Scutagera, better known as the spider centipede. They can move very fast with the help of their 30 long legs. They are even said to have a speed of 16 inches or 41 centimeters per second. The spider centipede likes humid areas such as bathrooms and basements because they're sensitive to dehydration. Normally, they will not bite people, but it can happen from time to time. This could possibly be painful, but unlike other centipedes that harbor dangerous venom, the venom of the spider centipede is fortunately not harmful to humans. Nothing fancy, just a huge moose resting in the family pool of a suburb in the American city of Redmond. The kids were probably happy to see one of Santa's moose. It's unclear whether Santa actually lost his moose and why the moose decided to take a dip in the pool, but he probably must have been very hot.
A video uploaded by Steve Cody in April 2017 shows a strange light or ghost dancing over the pool. Steve says he saw the next day that his camera had noticed movement around the pool about a week ago. He and his wife watched the footage and they both agreed it was a ghost floating above the pool. This happened for several minutes. What do you think it is? Is it some kind of luminous ghost or something else? Another video I found also shows some kind of ghost. This video was uploaded on September 21st, 2015. You see an empty pool, but if you look closely, you can see a dark creature climbing in through the window and eventually entering the pool. Pretty scary, right? Would this mean that ghosts can swim? I know one thing for sure. I really wouldn't want to go swimming there.
Beck Sheedy was relaxing at home with her mother when she suddenly saw a black spider hanging by the curtain. This happened in Sydney, Australia, near the Blue Mountains mountain range. They thought it was an ordinary spider at first, but soon realized it was an Australian tunnel web spider, the most venomous spider in Australia and the second most venomous in the world. Because they live in Australia, where this type of species are common, Beck's mother knew immediately what to do. They kept away from the spider and immediately called an expert. This spider was only 2 inches or 5 centimeters in size, but it could easily pierce through a leather shoe. Despite its size, it can do unimaginable damage to people in just 15 minutes, and that's because neurotoxins in this venom attack the nervous system. There are people who are very afraid of rats, but a little pesky rodent was lucky that these guys were not afraid of him when they saw the poor thing swimming in a pool. The two boys used a pool cleaning net to rescue the little troublemaker, and they even said they thought it was quite an adventure. In May of 2019, an elderly woman from Florida, USA heard a strange noise coming from her kitchen. She had just woken up and decided to take a look. When she arrived in the kitchen, she was face to face with a huge alligator about 3.3 meters long. The alligator had broken a window and also managed a large glass table and several wine bottles. The woman said she was not so scared and called the animal ambulance to have the animal removed. In the meantime, she sat at the computer to play a game so she could calm down until the police arrived. Alligators are more commonly found in Florida in people's homes, but in September of 2017, a huge crocodile was also found in the living room of a Texas home, measuring about 3 meters long. And in this photo, we see an alligator trying to break into someone's Florida home. Here's another situation where a poor animal accidentally got stuck in a pool and was struggling to get out. The bat ended up in the water and tried to save itself, but to no avail, and when people saw the animal, they did their best to help. By the way, did you know that this bat species can grow huge? San Diego Animal Control received a call from a resident saying that his neighbor had found a Gila monster while he was landscaping. Gila monsters are known to grab their prey with their jaws. It then holds the prey for several minutes, allowing it to use its poison. However, when experts saw the animal, they realized that it was a related species, the Mexican beaded lizard. But that wasn't good news either, because this species can also be poisonous. These lizards, which are native to Mexico and can grow to nearly 40 inches or 1 meter in length, are equipped with venom glands that they generate through their teeth. And although they move slowly, they can react quickly when irritated. A giant lizard was spotted by people spending their time at one of the resorts on the island of Pulau Perhentian Besar in Malaysia. as people were very shocked to see this huge reptile walking like a boss in the territory of the resort. Now, I don't like it myself when I find a spider in my house, but if you live in Australia, there's a chance you'll encounter the huge huntsman spider. This spider is one of the largest spider species in the world and can grow to be about 30 centimeters long. A couple from Queensland, Australia were returning from a party when they saw a huge spider sitting on the window in their home. While these spiders aren't very dangerous at first, they can bite you if they feel threatened. The bite can also cause swelling and nausea, so you better stay away from these types of spiders. The couple also had a cat, but the cat apparently thought the spider was so creepy that it was hiding. What would you do if you encountered such a large spider? Let me know in the comments. Australia is known to be full of various dangerous spiders, and recently a funnel spider was spotted in one of the pools. According to some experts, the funnel spider is said to be one of the most dangerous spiders in the world. Needless to say, the spider scared children, but fortunately, it did not do anything harmful to anyone. It just scared them.
Scuba Steve is a reporter for a news network that got a report that some bears were chilling in the pool. A mother bear and her two cubs had found a pool near Pasadena, California, in the United States. The families who lived in these houses looked outside one afternoon and suddenly saw a whole family of bears lying in their pool. The bears decided to take a dip, and one of the bears even decided to eat out of the garbage can. Bear activity in this neighborhood's not uncommon, but seeing them in a pool is pretty rare. These bears can sometimes be dangerous and will chase you when you come on their path. After a while, a local dog came by and chased the bears safely back into the forest.
Can you imagine waking up and seeing a huge wild cat drinking water from your pool? It's scary to even imagine. But it happened in South Africa, and frankly, it's not that surprising. This video also broke the internet after a woman staying at the hotel captured the moment with her cell phone. You probably heard stories of snakes found in houses. This has happened all over the world. In some cases, snakes had even been found curled up in toilets. The next story happened in 2016 when an Australian woman found a 5-meter-long python in her bedroom. She had woken up when she suddenly saw a gigantic snake lying over the railing of her bed. She immediately called someone to remove the snake and transport it to a better place. But there are many more instances where people found snakes in their homes. For example, in January 2020, a 6-foot-long boa constrictor was found in a bathroom in a house in Wirral, a small peninsula in northeast England. The snake was curled up in a bathtub and in the sink of the wash bin. Nobody had any idea where the snake came from, but it had been caught and released safely. Unlike other dangerous animals that decided to invite themselves in, this poor moose accidentally fell through the cover of the swimming pool and got stuck there. The water was freezing cold, but the good thing is that the animal was quickly rescued and suffered no damage. We hope it'll never happen to him again. It's terrifying enough to discover a snake hiding in your house, but what if you don't find an ordinary snake, but a king cobra? This happened to a farmer in eastern India when he realized there was a snake hiding among a pile of firewood. A king cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world, and it also has the most powerful venom, containing large amounts of neurotoxin. It's said that a single bite is enough to kill 20 people or an adult elephant. This is because the venom attacks two of the body's most vital systems, the respiratory system and the heart. It certainly must have been a frightening moment for the farmer when he found the snake. Fortunately, the snake didn't harm him, and experts managed to safely remove the snake from his home.
On June 21, 2010, a YouTuber uploaded a video in which he had captured a deer on camera in a swimming pool. He woke up in the morning on Father's Day from a sound that seemed to come from outside. When he walked outside, he saw that a deer decided to take a dive in the pool. Deer can normally adapt to almost any environment. You don't see deer swimming often, but did you know that they're pretty good at it? The man eventually jumps into the pool and carries the deer out of the water. But the deer screams and decides to go back into the pool.
It's Bambi!
Then he picks up the deer again and lets him go walk further this time, after which the deer runs into the forest again.
Elephants are not uncommon in South Africa, but when a young elephant decided to swim in a pool at the safari lodge, the poor thing then struggled to get out. Fortunately, some of the people heard the elephant and saw that he was in trouble. They rushed there to rescue him, and the elephant was thankfully fine afterwards. Owls are generally not that scary, but very beautiful animals that love nocturnal life. In June 2014, a man named Colton Wright came across an owl in his kitchen when he wanted to get a drink.
Mr. Owl, you okay?
Finally, he decides to grab a Swiffer to bring the owl out through the window. The moment the owl's staring at you can be quite scary, and luckily he managed to get the owl safely out of his house. Owls may not be so creepy, but if one flies uncontrolled through your house, you don't know what could happen. A man named Dick Frey was shocked to see a huge bull shark swimming very close to his backyard. The shark apparently got lost via a river and ended up just outside his building. However, the shark posed no danger, but the fact that this dangerous animal was so close to his home did scare him a bit. The five-striped scorpion has a very painful sting and is among the most poisonous scorpions in the world. The five-striped scorpion is considered one of the species with the most powerful venom. These arthropods are mostly found in North Africa and Middle East. A woman named Teresa Jays had just came home from her trip from the Andalusia region of Spain. Her 18-year-old daughter wanted to borrow her suitcase for a trip to visit a friend. This was the moment she discovered a 4-inch or 10-centimeter tall scorpion in the suitcase that frightened her and made her scream. She quickly told her parents and they immediately called the experts. The experts told them that it was one of the most dangerous scorpions on Earth. The woman was shocked because she had to put her hand in the suitcase at least 20 times while unpacking. This video footage looks like a scene from a movie about animals. But mountain lions can be quite dangerous. In this video, the animal runs a deer and ended up in a homeowner swimming pool. Everything was captured on a security camera. The homeowners were shocked when they heard strange noises at night and didn't realize what happened until they looked at their camera footage in the morning.
If you have a pool in the backyard and suddenly see the snake swimming in it, I think you would be shocked. A YouTuber named Falcon X Raid uploaded this video on November 17, 2015, in which he says he was planning to clean the pool. To his surprise, he found a snake about 1.5 meters long. Probably the snake was too hot and thought it would be nice to cool down for a while. I think the rather long and thick snake was stuck and was finding a way to get out of the pool. That he kept the snake in the cage ever since. He seemed to be happy for his new pet. Would you dare to have a snake as a pet, or do you already have one? Let me know in the comments.
The next guest who invited himself was a giant python that was accidentally found in one of Florida's pools. Fortunately, he did no harm, as the owners of the house quickly notified the authorities of the incident. In Florida, this is not very uncommon, but to find pythons of this size in your pool is still pretty terrifying. In September of 2019, a California couple were shocked when they suddenly found a cougar in their living room. At first, they thought it was a dog, but soon after, they realized it was a huge puma. Fortunately, there's a small chance that a cougar will actually attack a human. These animals prefer to avoid us, so when the puma saw the man, it probably got scared and tried to flee. The cougar ran away and entered the bathroom up the second floor, and the couple quickly closed the door behind him. Then she called the animal ambulance to get the puma out of the house. The workers smashed the bathroom window from the roof and banged on the bathroom door to chase the animal out. This worked, and the puma was fortunately fine and eventually managed to run back into the wild. You're probably wondering how this huge hippo weighing almost 3 tons ended up in a pool. The huge mammal probably got lost and decided to chill in someone's pool for a few days before the New Year's Eve party. The owners of this house were obviously shocked to find this hippo in their pool. After all, hippos are one of the most dangerous animals in the world. The Brazilian wandering spider is a venomous night hunter in which some species are dangerous to humans. One day, the 37-year-old Christian Holmes from the city of Nottingham was shocked when he discovered a spider sitting in the middle of his bunch of bananas. He had bought the bananas at a supermarket and only noticed the spider after he got home. He killed the spider and immediately called pest control because he was afraid that there would be more spiders in his house. However, the pest control told him that this was no ordinary spider, but a Brazilian wandering spider, which is known to be one of the most poisonous spiders on Earth. It's even listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most poisonous spider. It's true that kangaroos are not the most dangerous animals on Earth, but if you drive them crazy, they can show you their boxing skills. This kangaroo probably decided to cool off a bit in the pool, and no one dared to disturb him. Besides, he wasn't doing anything wrong, so people just let him chill in the pool.
In 2012, there was an investigation into how many people have urinated in the pool. 1 out of every 5 people admitted to doing this. Thanks to chlorine, the chance of bacteria and other organisms surviving to make us sick is small. However, it's important to take a shower when you come out of the pool, and take a pee before you jump in. In July 2019, an authority in the United States revealed that they had found fecal parasites in public swimming pools. This parasite can survive for days in chlorinated water, and can cause up to 3 weeks of watery diarrhea. So it's important to stay out of the pool if you're sick with diarrhea. It's also important to shower before swimming and avoid swallowing pool water. These are primary ways to get infected. This parasite is said to have increased in the United States by about 13% from 2009 to 2017, with 7,500 Americans becoming ill. As far as I've been able to find, I don't know if this has happened in other countries. So don't worry, you can go swimming, but it might be useful to stick to these tips. What's the most bizarre thing on this list that was found in swimming pools? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.